Chapter 22. The River's Secret. Detective Davy stood at the riverbank, the cold wind whipping against his face as police sirens blared in the distance. The emergency response team had already arrived, setting up floodlights along the shore. Officers scrambled to secure the scene, while a massive tow truck prepared to drag the wreckage from the water. "Get the divers in there," Davy barked, his eyes locked on the murky depths. "I want that car out now." Minutes stretched into eternity as the winch groaned, pulling the mangled remains of Brian Marshall's vehicle from the river. Water cascaded from the twisted metal frame as it emerged, a crumpled ruin of shattered glass and torn steel. Davy stepped closer, scanning the wreckage with an unshaken intensity. "No body," one of the officers muttered. "Not in the driver's seat, not anywhere." Davy clenched his jaw. He turned to the lead diver. "Expand the search perimeter. I want the whole area dragged. Send more divers down." "Detective, with the undertow in this part of the river, the body could be miles out to sea by now," the diver explained. "The currents here are strong. If he went in unconscious, there's no way he could have swum out. We'd be looking for a floater days from now, if we ever find him at all." Davy exhaled sharply. He knew the logic. The evidence screamed that Brian was dead. The way the car hit the water, the force of the crash, the depth of the river. No one could survive that. And yet, his gut twisted. Something about it didn't sit right. Davy dropped into his chair, rubbing his temples as the police chief paced in front of his desk. "So," the chief said, crossing his arms, "tell me we got a body." Davy exhaled. No body, no sign of escape either. But given the impact and the current, there's no way he survived. "Then it's over," the chief shrugged. "Case closed. Brian Marshall is dead." Davy shook his head slowly. "Something's off. The way everything played out, it was too perfect. Like he wanted us to think he died." His partner, Detective Ruiz, leaned against the desk. "Davy, you saw the crash. That car hit the water hard. Even if he somehow got out, those currents would have taken him under. There's no way he planned for that." Davy wasn't convinced. "You don't know Brian Marshall like I do. He's careful, precise. Every one of these killings, Judge Smith, the caseworker, the marshals, the lawyer, everything was orchestrated down to the last detail. And now, just as we're closing in, he suddenly gets reckless and crashes into a river?" "That's how criminals work, Davy," the chief interjected. "They slip up. He ran, he got sloppy, and he paid the price. We have no body, but we have the wreckage. Case closed." Davy opened his mouth to protest, but the chief raised a hand. "I'm not wasting more resources chasing a ghost. File the report." With that, the chief turned and left the office. Ruiz gave Davy a long look before sighing, "Look, man, I get it. But sometimes you gotta trust the evidence." "He's gone." Davy leaned back, staring at the ceiling. Every piece of logic told him Ruiz was right, but his gut told him something else. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot.